He'll be trailing behind, I think. He was talking to the Martin guys.
control to 80. So push back off, control to 80. And once you go below 10%, it'll go all the way closed. It'll go into hibernate mode. So you'll see fever minimum will go pretty high, but it'll actually go into hibernate mode.
Is there a capacity on how many bits in the lab you use once?
I don't know.
That's good.
So minimum flow bypass is just saying, hey, I'm kind of in hibernate mode. Once I come up high enough, things get cranked back up.
It's not Phoenix control.
Is it nice?
Neat. And you guys can actually access this instead of getting to the ceiling with two people here.
When they work, there's a small percentage of, for some reason, they glitch out.
Stupid
It's
display.
strange. 99% of the time, you're right. It works. Just every
I
night.
haven't had an issue with it.
We just recently had one of the new ones finally go bad in Celeste. We're replacing that here today.
We had one go bad in
For my control?
California.
Because there's the old version and then there's a new version
Yes.
for the HMI.
Yep.
We had two of them in the building, so HMIs failed. So we're going to find out. One of them completely bricked itself and we have no reason to know why.
So was it just the HMI or was it the controller?
It was both. They were doing weird things, what it was displaying and what it thought it was doing, and then the HMI wouldn't change to the displayed information.
Yep.
We commanded the output once, got stuck ever after that, never would,
Wow.
never would work again.
Well, mine was somebody didn't want to say they ran into it.
Oh yeah, they
Cracked
busted
display
it.
screen. Like, no, this is why it's not working. So the guy's just looking at me over there like, I didn't do
This
it.
will go to max,
I know you did it.
and then you will get an alarm because it will say, "Hey, I can't keep up." So there's they see the limits.
Oh, there it is.
So it drops back down, it gets under control. And then we do have good presence sensors on all these, so if this hookers up and nobody's standing here at least 15 minutes, this will actually reduce the control to 60 feet per minute. Pretty simple. And they work pretty well. I think there's 5 hoods in here, and there's 2 more than that. 339. That's it. I just want to show you guys how this works.
Seven? Maybe that makes sense.
5 in here and 2 in here. Yes. That's my best okay. Everything else in here is just I control supply and close house. We control the most important things. We do have 4 space temperature sensors in here. There's 4 boxes that serve primary space. Each has their own from upstairs. Because there was so much going on, interaction with the hoods and keeping the airflow and air offsets proper, this is all good for what we do. Really love it. Okay, move on downstairs, look at the mechanical systems where the pumps are. Yeah, and then that's